Let's call this segment Channel Updates. Hope you enjoy. Hey, how you doing, guys? For this video, you've seen the title sequence, and that's really what it's about. This is not really YouTube updates, but I was wanting to do a tutorial for freeze frame video clip for a short intro or some other effects, and I didn't find one necessarily for Final Cut Pro 10, but I did find one for DaVinci Resolve. So I went ahead and did the tutorial step by step, and about 2 hours later still didn't get it working right. When I got into Fusion, which is integrated with DaVinci Resolve 15, I couldn't get the different nodes to connect a certain way, and it was very frustrating. So I kind of quit, and I thought to myself, well, I wonder if I could do it in Final Cut Pro 10. So I downloaded the one source clip that I made and did it in about 20 minutes. The exact same type of clip from DaVinci Resolve 15. And that kind of shows you, for years, I've heard people say Final Cut Pro 10 isn't professional. They left the professionals behind, so on, and I could go on forever. It just shows you how professional and intuitive that Final Cut Pro 10 is versus most of the NLEs out there. Now, I'm not necessarily saying professional, but intuitive, meaning certain things I actually still haven't. When I made this intro to the clip, there's a lot of things I've never done in Final Cut Pro 10. Use keyframes I don't use rarely, and some other aspects. So it's just, as I was working in there to get that freeze frame effect within Final Cut Pro 10, I just figured it out by myself how I felt it should work, and it just did it from start beginning. It was so quick. So that tells me, all these years, people, getting upset, mad over Final Cut Pro 10. Of course, there has been some problems the way it was implemented, but to me, it just proves that Final Cut Pro 10, this version, I think it's 10.4, is, just as good as, nearly just as good as any other video editor out there. Just making this title sequence just kind of proves that to me, and how quickly and how fast I can get the same effect versus a lot of the other video editors out there without knowing necessarily how to do it step by step. So those are my thoughts. Give me your thoughts on Final Cut Pro 10 being professional, unprofessional. I'm sure you guys who are into DaVinci Resolve may shoot me in the foot for that, but I'm not saying one is better than the other, but primarily that Final Cut Pro 10 is professional. So give me your thoughts. Thanks.